Hello everyone, we are back here at the Eureka Walmart in Missouri. A couple empty spots on the bagged lettuce, but overall everything is looking pretty good. There's a couple empty spots, like right here on the apples, but that's just because they haven't stocked. It's apple season. There was plenty of apples to be had. This is the potatoes. This is a little bit concerning. 2 weeks ago it looked like this, so still not that many potatoes. And there should be lots of potatoes, so that is a little odd. But everything else is looking pretty good. They have more jalapenos. I don't need any. I got 50 pounds for a great deal at a local produce stand last week. Here's some watermelon. Here is a new end display. It is a apple cider pumpkin spice flavored, so that half gallon is $3.58 and the gallon is like 6 something. So yeah, September. This is when you're going to start seeing apple cider here in Missouri anyway. Is it a regional thing? Do you see apple cider where you're at? I love apple cider. And right here is completely empty. That's where I believe that's where the corn was. And not surprised that it's empty. Corn is definitely at the end of its season. There was pumpkins outside, so I'm surprised there was no pumpkins inside. Cannot wait till they start selling the pumpkin pie pumpkins. I'm definitely going to stock up this year. I do prefer to eat fresh pumpkin, especially when making pumpkin pie, so those should be coming out anytime now. And looking at the beef, it's looking pretty good. There are a couple empty spots. This is the middle of the week. So I'm not for sure why that's not been restocked. But look at the Bratwurst, they look great. It is fully stocked. It's been a long time since I've seen the Bratwurst fully stocked. And they all have good expiration dates, nothing expiring like today or tomorrow, so that's good. Definitely remember, check your expiration dates. Very, very important. And because the employees don't have time anymore to check the expiration dates, and I've heard so many stories of people buying expired food. So check your expiration dates. And this is the chicken, couple empty spots, but overall the chicken is fine. I breezed by the sandwich meat. It was looking really good. Here is the clearance bakery items. There's actually 2 stands of clearance bakery items. I've never seen 2 before. Looks like they had a lot of bakery items they're trying to get rid of. So yes, this video is a little shorter than normal because for an afternoon it was pretty busy, and so I just couldn't go down every aisle. I try my best to avoid people and not record people, and so I did try to get all the highlights, but yeah, I could not go down every aisle. Butter is the same consistent price from last week. Eggs was the same. You saw the eggs look great. Dr. Pepper, fully stocked on the Dr. Pepper. This is still the best deal in our area at Walmart. Everywhere else, it's ridiculous. There is no cube of RC, which is a bummer. They were getting ready to stock the 12 packs, but 2 12 packs is more expensive than 1 cube. And so we just skipped that. Just got my 2 Dr. Peppers, and then we got the club soda for Robert. If he can't drink RC, he'll drink club soda. And chips, a couple bags of chips. I don't buy a lot of chips. I buy these for my nachos, but like potato chips, I don't buy a lot. So you tell me, I felt like all the bags of potato chips as I was walking by were smaller than normal. I know shrinkflation is a thing, but I don't buy chips enough to know if the chip bags have been shrinking. So you tell me, do you feel like your chip bags are shrinking? It just seems small to me. I'm like, especially for like $5. I'm like, what? So yeah, we don't buy chips that much at all. Well, I mean, tortilla chips I buy, but potato chips I don't. Does that make sense? Probably not. Anyway, I eat a lot of nachos. Peanut butter, couple empty spots there, but overall the peanut butter is looking good. Some guy was restocking the bread, so I didn't go down there. That did make me happy that I actually saw a bread guy. I haven't seen one forever, so though they're still being restocked. Sugar was extremely low. I picked up another thing of sugar. Jell-O looked terrible, like totally picked over. No one has been stocking that. And then I looked at my list and remembered I need brown sugar, so my husband grabbed a brown sugar for me and then pointed out how empty the brown sugar looked. And then look, there's only a couple bags of powdered sugar, which is a little alarming. I did not pick any up because I do have a couple extra bags of powdered sugar at home. I make a lot of buttercream icing, and so you need powdered sugar for that. And that was looking low. And then, like I said, vinegar, I picked up 2 more bottles. If you remember a couple weeks ago, I picked up 2 bottles a couple weeks ago. I've been on a canning frenzy. I used those 2 jugs, and so I definitely wanted to restock. And then I glanced at the Crisco, 626. I don't need any, but 626 is ridiculous. So when you make buttercream, it's Crisco, butter, and powdered sugar, and that price of Crisco is ridiculous. And good thing I don't have any birthday cakes coming up, because I'd be rethinking my icing. That is ridiculous. And then rice, it looks a little picked over, but overall still plenty of rice if you really need some rice. Beans is looking fine. Pasta, it looks fine. It's half stocked. It's been like that for like a couple months, so still, if you want pasta, it's there. Plenty of pasta sauce, mac and cheese. A couple empty spots on the mac and cheese. I think it's just like those certain cups that people like to put in lunches and stuff, but still pasta right there. And then the end cap down here, not the end cap, but the end of the aisle right here is the Chef Boyardee and SpaghettiOs. My husband pointed out the SpaghettiOs. There wasn't tons of choices, and so we have SpaghettiOs at home, but I wanted to add a couple more because one of my nieces is visiting this weekend, and I know she'll eat some. So I just wanted to grab a couple to make sure I had enough. And I noticed these bigger cans of SpaghettiOs, and I'm like, oh, that looks like a deal. And I showed it to my husband, and he compares the ounces of like the bigger bottle compared to the smaller can. And I'm thinking the bigger can will be the better deal, and it's really not. And so we did end up putting the bigger cans back and bought 4 of the smaller cans. $1.28, or I'm sorry, $1.26. I do remember when they were less than $1, but thing of a past for sure. Still a good deal though. And yeah, got 4 cans of SpaghettiOs. And I say I don't eat that many chips, and you see those Lay's stacked chips. I wanted to try those, and they were on sale. And so, anyone try the Lay's stacked? Are they comparable to Pringles? Pringles are just priced ridiculous. And then here is the canned meats, and looking at the salmon. The chicken, I think I panned by it, but if you didn't see it, the chicken looked empty. Not to be alarmed, there was plenty of canned chicken here. They moved the canned chicken to an end cap for whatever reason. So if you can't find something you want, don't forget to check the end caps. There's no rhyme or reason lately on how Walmart's doing their end caps, but sometimes when you need something, it's on an end cap. So I pick up a bottle of Miracle Whip for $5.18. I definitely remember when Miracle Whip was like $2.99, but I need it. It's still cheaper than my local grocery store. My local grocery store, it's like $7.28. So yes, Miracle Whip and mayo are 2 different things for sure, in my opinion. I know everyone has their own opinion on the matter. Some recipes I use Miracle Whip, some recipes I use mayo. I had plenty of mayo. I ran out of Miracle Whip. And then now we're done food-wise. I'm looking at household stuff. I needed tape, and I wanted the Walgreens brand, and I could only find one. I wanted more. I could only find one. And it looked picked over. Like, this whole store looked picked over. It's like, I think they must have an employee shortage. Everyone has an employee shortage, but I just wish the stores looked a little nicer than they have been for, like, last year. This is the canned goods canning section. A couple weeks ago it was completely stocked. Now it's looking like picked over. This is to be expected. It's canning season. Everyone's finishing the gardening and canning and preserving all their food. So this does not surprise me. I have plenty of canning jars. I'm just looking to see if there's any spices that are different. If you're canning and you're out of jars, definitely go to the store now, because this is the time of year when canning jars are hard to find. All right, we stopped by the Halloween section. I have done a separate video on all the Halloween stuff, but I didn't notice this when I did that video. So these are like alcoholic drinks, but there's no alcohol in here. It's just the spices to go with it. So it's just a cute jar, and then there's instructions that tells you what alcohol to add depending on what drink it is. Like there's mojitos and rum drinks. So I do end up getting 2 of those. I get the 1 bottle, the zombie one, and then I end up getting the margarita Devil's Skull, $7.98. So yeah, since it's technically no alcohol, anyone can buy it. Less than 21. There's no like warnings when you check out because you add your own alcohol. Let's be honest, I bought it because the bottle. I want the Devil's Skull. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along this week, and I will post another video in 2 weeks. It might be 3 because I'm going out of town next week. So next time I go shopping, I'll bring you along.